welcome to Parent Cafe Live, and today we're going to be talking about the summer and parenting. So as school wraps up this year, I know summer brings a whole new set of challenges, and particularly this summer there is more because of the COVID-19 restrictions, and we just don't know what's going to happen. So a lot of things have shut down or they're limited. And that does make it harder for us to find things for our kids to do. We probably had vacation plans that you're just not sure how to do. Right now, I know we can all go camping. Right now, I know there's some water parks opening around the state, things like that. But it is hard. So I just wanted to talk about that and what you guys are planning to do and what works for you. So how many of you work and still have your kids at home from school? So my son, as you know, if you've watched these, he is 4. He'll be 5 right before school starts. So he does start kindergarten this year, but we've had him in daycare and been working. So some of you might be out of that routine now that your kids are in school. So what do you do with your kids once they are back home? So there's summer camps, but how many of those are going? Those are just as expensive, if not more expensive, than taking your kids to a childcare. So I'm just kind of curious what you guys are doing, and I'd love to hear more about it. If you follow, I think it's the Great Falls, visit Great Falls MT. I'm gonna have to find out what the site is, and I will post it and see where like the community rec center and stuff, all of that is on their schedule, and different events that they'll have, like concerts in the parks, things like that. One of my things I always look forward to is the farmers market, and that is closed. Like, there is some cute stuff there for kids to do. Usually there's other activities, and if you're not going camping, it's a great way to start, you know, your weekend off. They had like the Wednesday night stuff, so it doesn't really matter because I don't know what's going on yet. So I wanted to talk about some tips and see what you guys are doing. So regardless of what is scheduled, you have to schedule what is going on for your family. And a huge thing for you to remember is to schedule fun. It is so easy to get bombarded with just trying to run kids from point A to point B, especially if they're still doing sports or church camps, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, what else is there? Just work, running to make sure that you have somebody that can watch your kids, because you're juggling that right now with summer starting, because it looks different for you. And make sure you schedule some fun. So scheduling fun doesn't have to be anything that's expensive or you have to travel far. You just need to make sure you're taking some time, because your kids are home all day. They don't have the same structure they had when they were at school. And they may argue that school wasn't fun, but they still get to see their friends. They still get to do that. So making sure you have scheduled time where they get to play with their friends and you guys get some scheduled time together to enjoy it. It is such a beautiful time of year. We don't get that many months where we can be outside a lot. We never know what's going to happen with fire season. So don't let June and July pass you by without getting some fun scheduled. So we do a lot with like water fights and water balloons and things like that. Bike riding. What are some other things that you guys do that requires maybe you to be outside a little bit? We have camping, of course, but not everybody does that. Some of you maybe 4-wheel or motorbike or, you know, whatever. You can check out our trails. The National Trail Days is supposed to be this weekend on the 6th. And I'm sure they still have stuff up on their site, even if they don't have the same system going that they've had every year just due to social distancing. But there's a lot of trails that aren't that far away from us that you guys can take. You guys can go like to the Monarch, Nyhart area of the Belts. There's just, we have an amazing state and there's so many places to go fishing. The problem I've seen is that it does get kind of packed because everybody is waiting to go outside. We went to Wadsworth Pond and that was so busy. But I'm really glad people were using that space, and it was really pretty and peaceful. Not as peaceful as I would have liked it to be just because there were so many people, but they were having fun, so I'm okay with that. So making sure you're scheduling fun. You could travel, like there's the ghost towns, there's the caverns. Again, I'm not sure everything is opening, but as far as I know, everything's opening. They're just doing smaller intervals, and because we don't have as much out-of-state travelers that are going to be happening, we might actually get in to see things. So that is exciting. Set aside time each day to hang out with your kids. So with summer comes lawn care, lawn maintenance. Sometimes your kids just, are gone from sun up to sundown. So just making sure you're getting some time to touch bases with them and have those grounding times with them. They say, 9 meaningful moments a day is all you need. So just be careful of that. Looks like my battery is going to die. Great. So it looks like that's all you need is those 9 meaningful moments. Don't be afraid to set those aside and make those a routine for you and your kids. Encourage your child to try something new this summer. Okay, a new summer camp, a new routine. They could challenge themselves to learn something new. They don't have to go anywhere to do it. Maybe they want to read a certain amount of books. Maybe they're going to write that story they've been waiting. I think every school has a summer reading list or some prompts based on whatever their interests are. They could do that. Those are really cool things to be able to do. And check in and encourage your child and help them set those goals. As you know from COVID, if we're at home, without goals, it felt kind of pointless. Like our routines were off. Kids, no matter how much they look forward to summer, they can get a little listless and aimless as the summer goes on. So set some goals and check in with them. It's a good time for them to learn that time management and learning that they can still have fun and do things. Maybe it's the summer they get a job, right? Or they learn to drive. Limit technology, even though they could watch a lot of TV. Let's try to limit that. Their gaming, tablets, tech. We have the great outdoors. When we were kids, I know we were all outside a lot. So let your kids go outside, even if they don't think they want to. And that's why scheduling fun and you show them how to enjoy the outdoors, because some kids just don't know. And it is hard here because our winters are kind of harsh and long, Every place that you live is going to have its own struggles. So you just have to investigate a little bit and you can find a lot of fun things to do. And then the last tip I have for you is creating structure and setting boundaries. So you still need some sort of schedule or structure to the day, things that are expected of them that they need to complete. Just rules on their free rangeness, things like that. Because they just don't have that anymore. When they were at school for those 8-9 hours a day, there's a lot of structure and a lot of expectations of them. And that's part of why summer feels so freeing, right? Because you don't have that routine and that schedule, those 55-minute periods or whatever it is at your school. And they feel kind of like it's the weekend the whole time. But our lives don't necessarily change because we still have work and to bring home money, and we have all of our chores and responsibilities and duties, and it's easy for us to forget that our kids need to be reminded that they have things they need to do too. And then I feel like it's less of a battle you'll have throughout the summer if you set those and do check-ins and guidelines instead of waiting until halfway through the summer and they haven't done anything that you had an expectation of, but you were never clear about what that was, and setting those up. So like I talked about in COVID, you could create a schedule. Don't have it be so broken down, but there's things they have to have done before they can do fun things and check-in times with you, and it's their responsibility to help you keep them safe, right? And that's at every age, and you can't do that without some expectations, boundaries, rules, whatever you want that to look like. And please, 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 please enjoy your summer. I want you guys to have lots of great stories to tell. There's so many free activities. around town. I know we are working on building some for younger kids and their parents, but there's a group called the Sober Life, and they have things they do. I know the Children's Museum has things, Great Falls College has things, the Public Library does lots of things, the Salvation Army does lots of things, the Community Rec Center does lots of things, and all at free or minimal cost. You know, Great Falls College obviously has cost, but it's local people in the community doing these classes and camps and whatever your interests are. I know that the Kids Little Soccer League is starting up something. If you're into gymnastics, Golden Triangle Gym, and I don't want to keep listing anymore because I don't want to forget any, because there's way too many in our town to for me to remember and list off for you. But please don't be afraid to go check those out. We have some opportunities with foster families to give some scholarships through an organization called Linking Our Voices Every Day for some of those camps. And a lot of camps do have scholarships. So if you are unable to have that financial responsibility, or whatever you want to call it, because I was looking at one camp and it was $185. And if you already are paying for childcare or something like that, and another $185 for your kids to have fun, like, that's a lot of money. And so don't be afraid to look for your resources and see what you can find. I think that's all I can think of. Don't be afraid to find the resources that you need in order to support your kids and your family. Don't be ashamed of it. The reason those scholarships are out there is so that more kids can do it. Some people have disposable income, some people don't. Some people just have priorities that can't be moved around, you know, as easily as other people. So please don't be afraid. There's no judgment there. Please, again, look for all the fun, free events. Those are for anyone and everyone. The reason we offer them is because we know that parents need to get out of the house. They need to have fun. They need to see other adults. Kids benefit from not just being with their parents. If it's a place where you can drop your kid off, enjoy that too. I believe Toby's House Crisis Nursery is open. So look into that if you need help with some childcare because an emergency pops up or something. Because that happens no matter what time of year it is, right? And just embrace your kids and the craziness that summer brings. I think we'll do one about back to school spending and shopping, because I'm going to have my first year of that, and that should be really fun. So please check in with me here. Please message me ideas you have. Facebook Alliance for Youth. Let's do a thread to talk about things that are going on, and we can let each other know about that. And I'll see if I can't find a Facebook page that already exists in town for that. I keep seeing all sorts of fun ones popping up, and more, I believe, since COVID-19 happened, and people are just getting really industrious with connecting to one another through social media. So let's use it to our benefit. So thank you all for joining me today. I wish you all a happy weekend and first days of summer. Happy graduation to all of you with 2020 grads. I look forward to talking to you again really soon. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Parent Cafe Live so you get notifications, and Facebook at Alliance for Youth. You can also check out our website, allianceforyouth.org. Thank you so much and have a great day.